Hello, Brunellesp here. Welcome. So let me tell you a little bit, or rather a lot about me. I was born in Africa in 1977. No comment. And by my mum. Who else? Surprise. And let's just say that things didn't go too smoothly. No. Mummy got pregnant at 13. Yikes! That's right, 13 years old, gave birth to me at 14. So what did my granddad do? What any responsible father would do. He basically kidnapped my dad. That's right, he made my dad stay whilst my mum was pregnant. If all went well, that's okay then. If it didn't go too well, then bye-bye, daddy. Bye. So luckily for my dad, my granddad, who didn't have to do anything then, and everybody else, I was born 9 months later, nice and healthy. Hello, world. And everything went well. Of course, what did my granddad do when I was born? He went, to my dad and went, you better leave now before I change my mind. So bye-bye, daddy, not to be seen again for many years thereafter. So you would have thought things went nice and smoothly, but no. A year later, I think mummy liked the hokey pokey a little bit too much, because guess what? My sister was born. Shocking. 2 kids, 15 years old. No, but that's it. My granddad couldn't take it anymore. He'd had enough. So he did the right thing as far as he was concerned. He sent my mum where? Nunnery. That's right, to the nunnery, where there were only nuns, no men, no sex. Nothing happened there except the love of God to carry you every single day and keep you going. Well, very harsh, but it worked, because she didn't give birth again until 20 years later. But going back, Nana brought us up, and my sister and I, and we grew up there. My mum then eventually left the nunnery and came to England, and where she studied here and everything and lived here for many years until the big event. 13 years old, that was it. All change. We had to leave home, and we had to leave our family, our cousins, everybody we knew, our whole way of life, and we had to go and hop onto a train. Now that was very difficult for a girl like me who'd never traveled any further than probably London to Manchester. That was very difficult. So we had to hop onto a train first time, arrived at the capital, and then hop onto an aeroplane. First time as well, never seen an aeroplane before for real. Hopped on and then landed in France. Hello, la vie est belle. And then from France, we then took another flight and landed in England. England, we have landed, but it didn't go so smoothly. No. They wouldn't let us out. They thought we were drug mules. For me, who didn't even know anything about drugs, never heard of it whatsoever, genuinely didn't know anything about it. They kept us there for hours and hours, until eventually they had no choice but to let us out. Big mistake, huge mistake. But we then met our mum, and we lived with my mum, which was very difficult, because obviously new country, basically a new mum that we didn't know. Everything was different, a new school that we had to start as well, and the biggins. Didn't speak a word of English. No, I knew I Love You, but that was from a song from Madonna in the 80s. That was it. That's all I knew. So we had to hop onto a bus. We had to be able to learn that and get to school, to a new school where we couldn't speak English at all. We didn't know anyone. Everything was so different. And on top of that, we arrived in December. It was freezing cold. My poor little chicken legs couldn't take it, because I'd lived in a country where it was on average 25 to 28 degrees, and there I was arriving in England in winter, in December, when it was freezing cold, in the snow. Never seen snow before in my entire life. It was a shocker, a complete shock. But got on with it, got on to school and studied, and then eventually the biggins, again, 19 years old, moved out, got my own place, independence. Hallelujah. I was there. Time to party. And boy, did I party. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. The days when you used to go out clubbing on a Saturday night, and you came out the club on a Sunday morning, basically 8 o'clock. Yes, they used to shout 8 o'clock. It was bright daylight, but you didn't go home. No lightweight. You went to the after party for about a couple of hours, where you kind of danced away again, enjoyed yourself. Came home, had some food, had a wash, go to sleep, and then in the evening, guess what you did again? to the after party. That's right, partied and partied. Did that for a few years, and then at 24 I got pregnant with my son. I was such a happy bunny. I wanted a son first and then a daughter afterwards, and then so it worked out really well. So I had my son, who a lot of people didn't know was my son. Why? Because he was white. That's right, my son was white. The nurses couldn't tell them apart at all, couldn't tell he was mixed race at all. And when he went to nursery for quite a long time until he left, which was there for well over a year, therefore I was the nanny. They didn't know I was his mummy. People used to do double takes in the pram when they used to see me and him, but it was so funny, but bless him. And then 3 years later, I had my daughter. Dreams of pom-poms, you know, and tutus and pinks and dresses and everything. What a disappointment. No, didn't like pink, doesn't like dresses, doesn't like skirts, doesn't like anything girly, doesn't like dollies, doesn't like anything feminine at all. I wonder where she gets that from. Me, that's right. So she doesn't like that at all, but I wouldn't change her for the world. Now to my YouTube journey. I've had my YouTube channel since 2012, but I was too that's right, chicken. I was too chicken to actually do anything about it. I was very shy, didn't like being in front of the camera, hated being in front of the camera, would disappear as soon as there was a camera nearby, didn't want to share myself or my life or anything at all, didn't want to be in the public eye. So I had the account and I didn't do anything with it until finally in 2016 at the end of August I decided to post, and I was brave. Yay! What did I post about? Ducks. That's right, ducks eating bread in the pond, minding their own business. That was my first video. Random, but it worked. It got me posting, and from then on I've been posting ever since then. And then the big event that happened, of course, was in December 2016. I suffered a stroke. Well, it could have been, you know, it was life-changing, but hey, I'm getting on with it. I'm getting back into kickboxing, which I've done for many years. I love martial arts. I'm a second dan in kickboxing, and I am just recovering physically and mentally, and I'm hoping that my channel grows. And that's enough about me, so I hope you enjoy. Thank you.